How musicians achieved relief. Success stories with tinnitus retraining therapy. Musicians considering TRT often share common questions about the treatment process and what to expect. These answers reflect both clinical research and the real-world experiences of musicians who have successfully completed the therapy. For more insights, you can explore how musicians deal with tinnitus on our blog. How long does it typically take for musicians to notice improvements with TRT? Most musicians report their first noticeable improvements between 2 to 4 months of consistent treatment. These early improvements typically manifest as brief periods where you realize you haven't noticed your tinnitus for a short time. Significant functional improvement, where tinnitus no longer interferes with professional activities, most commonly occurs between months 6 to 9. The timeline varies based on several factors, including tinnitus duration before treatment, severity, psychological factors, and consistency in following the protocol. Musicians with recent onset tinnitus typically respond faster, while those with long-standing symptoms may require more time. However, even decades-old tinnitus has responded successfully to properly administered TRT. Can I still perform while undergoing tinnitus retraining therapy? Yes, continuing to perform is not only possible but often beneficial during TRT. Most treatment protocols for musicians specifically incorporate strategies for managing performances during the habituation process. Your specialist will likely develop techniques for before, during, and after performances to support your treatment progress while maintaining your professional activities. For more insights, you can read about how musicians deal with tinnitus. Many musicians find that appropriate sound therapy before performances, specialized in-ear monitoring during performances, and recovery protocols afterward allow them to continue their careers while progressing through treatment. In fact, successful performance experiences often accelerate the habituation process by demonstrating that tinnitus need not control your musical expression. My TRT specialist actually encouraged me to keep performing rather than taking a break. We developed specific strategies for different performance scenarios: solo recitals, chamber music, orchestral work. Each required slightly different approaches, but maintaining my performance schedule gave me concrete evidence that I could function professionally despite tinnitus. Each successful performance reinforced the message that tinnitus wouldn't end my career. Elena K., concert violinist. Will TRT completely eliminate my tinnitus or just make it manageable? TRT typically leads to habituation rather than elimination of tinnitus. Habituation means you no longer notice your tinnitus most of the time, and when you do notice it, it doesn't cause emotional distress or functional limitations. The sound may technically still be present when you deliberately listen for it, but it no longer intrudes on your consciousness or interferes with daily activities, including musical performance and practice. Is tinnitus retraining therapy covered by insurance? Coverage varies significantly by insurance provider and plan. Many plans cover the audiological evaluation and counseling components of TRT, particularly when provided by an audiologist or physician. Sound therapy devices may be partially covered if prescribed as medical necessities. However, coverage limitations and out-of-pocket expenses are common. Working with providers who can provide proper medical coding and documentation for insurance submission improves your chances of coverage. Some musicians have successfully appealed initial coverage denials by documenting how tinnitus impacts their professional function. Including support from your primary care physician regarding the medical necessity of treatment can strengthen these appeals. Additionally, professional musicians may be able to deduct uncovered treatment expenses as business-related medical costs, though tax regulations vary and professional advice is recommended. Learn more about the science and benefits of tinnitus masking to explore additional treatment options. How is TRT different from just using white noise machines or maskers? TRT differs fundamentally from simple masking approaches in both methodology and goals. Masking attempts to cover up or block awareness of tinnitus temporarily, while TRT aims to retrain the brain's reaction to tinnitus permanently. The sound therapy component of TRT uses specific sound patterns at precise levels, not to mask tinnitus, but to reduce the contrast between tinnitus and background sound environment, facilitating the habituation process. Equally important, TRT incorporates structured counseling that addresses the neurological mechanisms of tinnitus distress and provides tools for managing emotional reactions. This dual approach targets both the auditory and limbic systems involved in tinnitus perception and reaction. The most successful outcomes occur when both components are implemented together under professional guidance, rather than attempting self-treatment with sound alone. For musicians concerned about their tinnitus, professional TRT offers the most promising path to long-term relief and career preservation. With the right specialist, along with our highly recommend natural supplement and commitment to the process, the transformative results seen in countless other musicians become possible for you too. Treble Health specializes in helping musicians develop customized approaches to tinnitus management that address their unique professional needs while providing lasting relief.